Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carey Anderson with Dade County. I want to thank you so much for joining us today on the Dade County Weekly Update. Remember, you can type your questions in the comment section on the Facebook portion of this broadcast during the live update. If you don't want to ask your questions during the live broadcast, you can always email us at info@dadecounty-ga.gov. Thank you so much for coming to the right place for the right information. Also, as a reminder, this is also being broadcast on our YouTube channel at Dade County, Georgia. Today we have several guests. We'll be hearing from Chelsea Kovalevskiy with the Cherokee Regional Library System. She is their Assistant Director. We'll be hearing from Audrey Clark from the Bank of Dade, Jane Dixon with the Alliance for Dade, and of course, Dade County Executive Ted Rumley. I do have several announcements that I would like to go over with you before we hear from any of our guests. The first one is about Salvation Army bell ringers. It is that time of year. I'm sure you've already seen some of our local Salvation Army bell ringers at our local Ingalls and Food City. If you would like to volunteer for a 2-hour shift with the Salvation Army to ring a bell, a kettlebell, give Sharon Finley a call at 423-802-2140. Also, 911 is hiring some dispatchers. So if you know someone interested in that position or either of those positions, they can apply online at dadecounty-ga.gov. 4-H is looking for rifle coaches for their safe shooting teams. If you are interested in that, call 706-657-4116, and you can talk with Sarah Dyer, who is the extension agent there at 4-H. The City of Trenton Police Department has announced that they will continue the Silver Bells project to provide senior citizens in our area with basic hygiene items this year. Please call 706-657-4167. If you have questions about that, and if you need more information, just ask for Chief Steve Bodwin. Hope for the Holidays applications are due next Wednesday, November the 24th, so call the Sheriff's Office if you need more information about that at 706-657-3233. Again, that's Hope for the Holidays applications. They're due next Wednesday. That's the day before Thanksgiving Day. Speaking of Thanksgiving Day, we will be closed for the Thanksgiving holidays. County offices will be closed next Thursday and Friday in observance of Thanksgiving. So we will not have our weekly update next week, or we will also not be on KWIN next Thursday morning. The transfer station, though, will be closed Thursday, but they will be open on Friday. So the transfer station is closed Thursday. They are open on Friday, but all other county offices are closed both Thursday and Friday. Next, we'll hear from Cherokee Regional Library System Assistant Director Chelsea Kovalevskiy.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm Chelsea Kovalevskiy, and you may not recognize me. I don't come out here in front of cameras very often, but you may have seen me at the library from time to time. I am responsible for cataloging some of those amazing materials you have, writing grants, and doing statistics. So that's kind of where I fit into the library world, in case you're curious. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on at our library this month. We are still having our Food for Fines program. It allows you to pay off any fines that you have on your library account up to $10. One can good is equal to $1. So bring those in, and we will be giving that money, or excuse me, those food items to our Tri-City Food Bank. Let's see, we will also be closed for Thanksgiving next Thursday and Friday, but we will be open on Saturday. We still have Ready to Read going on every Thursday at 10:30. If any of you guys have been coming this month, you saw me there. I got to help out with that this month as we go through our transition. And next month, we will be joined by our youth education coordinator from our sister branch at Lafayette. She'll be there for 2 of the Thursdays. And then our friends Donna Street and Dade Abercrombie are planning a really fun Jingle Bell story time for our little ones on the second Thursday of December. So we look forward to seeing you guys then. And then finally, we are still hiring for our youth education coordinator position. It is up to 28 hours at $12.26 an hour, and you can apply online at chrl.org. So if you like to work with children, if you are creative, our youth education coordinators are so important to our community. They plan all our storytime events, our children's programs, as well as our teen programs. So if you have a passion for event programming, a passion for literature, this is definitely a position that you should think about applying for. So we are thankful for you all this Thanksgiving, and we hope you have a great holiday.
Thank you for that, Chelsea. Next, we will hear from Audrey Clark with the Bank of Dade.
Hey, Ted. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Audrey Clark with the Bank of Dade here in Trenton, and I'm here to tell you about a couple of things. First and foremost, the annual Dade County Christmas Parade, which will be held this December the 4th at 6 p.m. We'll line up in the Industrial Park down in Trenton, starting about 5 o'clock. Our high school band will lead the parade, and we'll come through Trenton. We'll start down there at 6, headed this way, and we'll come around the square, and we'll end up down at Moore Funeral Home and the First Baptist Church. We expect a whole lot of participants again this year. It's a nighttime parade. If you would like to join in, all you have to do is give us a call at the bank, 706-657-6842, and just let us know that you're going to be in the parade, and then we always have some surprise guests and lineups as well. This year, we're glad to announce that we're going to have the Best in Parade, and we have Judge McCormick, Judge Bradford, and Judge Carter that will be choosing that winner. We'll award something for that. That's going to be a surprise. We ask that you have lights on your truck, your car, whatever it is. If it's a float, if it's a trailer, if it's a horse, just some kind of light since it's a nighttime parade. And bring candy or balloons or whatever you want to toss out to the children. We're really looking forward to it. It seems to grow more and more each year. Also, in conjunction with the Dade County Sheriff's Office, they will begin at 4 o'clock in the park out here around the gazebo. There's going to be popcorn and hot dogs, hot chocolate, entertainment for the children as well. Let's see, what else we got going on with that, Ted? All kinds of things. That begins at 4. We are bringing Santa to town. We've gotten back his RSVP, and he will be here to delight everyone. He's coming to Trenton that night. He will be in the parade, so he's looking forward to doing that. Also, as far as the Bank of Dade, this month of November is our 65th year in business, and we are doing Customer Appreciation Month. Each working day of the month of November, we're drawing customer names, and that customer that's drawn will receive one of many gifts. There's $65 gift cards for our local businesses here in Trenton. We have a couple of iPads and some 65-inch flat screen TVs. So if you're a customer of Bank of Dade, good luck. We hope you're a winner, and mainly we thank you very much for being our customer. If we could do anything for you, please give us a call or come by. You can actually come in and see somebody face to face at our banks here in Trenton. And one other thing, if you would like to be here in the park with the Sheriff's Department, we're going to do a light up as well, but we are in the midst of decorating everything in this park and around the square. So we will have all of that ready for you to enjoy. We have begun on it this week because we can't wait and get it all done in a day. It's going to take us a couple of days, and we're already working. So we hope that you'll get out and enjoy the festivities that we're all offering and be a part of this county and just have a wonderful, wonderful day and evening, because the expo will begin that morning, and then we've got everything going on all evening long. If nothing else, and it's cold and rainy, drive around and enjoy the lights in the park, and you're welcome to come to the gazebo and make a picture or whatever you'd like to do. Again, we thank you, Dade County, and we look forward to sharing Christmas with you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Audrey. Next, we'll hear from Jane Dixon with the Alliance for Dade. She's going to go over our save the dates, and you can find all of these events on our calendar at dadecounty-ga.gov.
Well, after Audrey's announcement, I feel like the icing on the cake. So they've got this thing down. Let me tell you, is it a wonderful day and a wonderful place to be in Dade County? It's one of the most beautiful places in the world, and it's full of good people. I'm here today to tell you about two of the good things that are happening in relationship to the parade, which will kick it all off and end our night. It will happen December the 4th. That is the big day in Trenton. I was on television in Chattanooga this week, and I invited all the people from Chattanooga to come to the parade. I said, we are having a parade at night, and I told them about everything that was going on and what they might enjoy in the daytime. And the first thing, 9 o'clock in the morning, is the Dade Expo. It will be wonderful. If I could wear a sign across me this way, it would say, sold out, because we have no more space. We have sold all of our booths, we've sold all the space we've got, and we are delighted. Now what we need is for the residents of Trenton to come on in and do their Christmas shopping. We need people from Chattanooga, people from Ida, people from Walker County to come on over to Dade County and spend their money. That's what we want to do for Christmas. The Expo will be at Dade County High School. I believe everyone in our community knows where it is. It will be at 9 o'clock. And Trenton, you know, is only about 20 minutes from Chattanooga if you come on the interstate real fast and get off. So people will be coming to Trenton. Let's welcome people we see, and maybe they'll come back for something else that we do. The other thing that we have for you to know is what's going to be at the Expo. Crafts, areas for children, things for children to be making, booth after booth for you all to be doing your shopping. Santa Claus will be there now. Mark your calendar from 1 to 3. A photographer will be taking pictures from 1 till 3. Another great deal that's for our citizens, we will be giving away 2 gift certificates, a total of $500 worth of shopping at grocery stores here in Trenton, one at Ingalls and one at Food City. So those will be given away during the daytime. Now, every vendor has been asked to give a door prize. So therefore, door prizes will be given probably starting at 9:30, and we will go all the way to 4 o'clock. You do not have to be present to pick up your door prize, but you must be present and come in and shop, get you a ticket, and put your name on it and put it in the kitty so your name might be drawn for one of the many, many vendor prizes that we will be giving. We want people to eat there, so there will be 2 vendors there. Thatcher's and the Mexican place right down the road here in Trenton will both be there to sell their food items. Excuse me. After that, at 6 o'clock, you'll probably see Ted and Alex over in the gazebo. And folks, all of a sudden, we want this city to light up. We are going to every merchant in Trenton, all the way from down there at Stitches and Blooms, all the way down past the Ace Hardware, asking people to light up this year. Wreaths are beautiful, bows are great, do it, but put up your lights. We want lights all over Trenton this year. This is a place that when you hear Alex and you hear Ted over there in that gazebo, you'll know it's time to turn on your lights and light up Trenton. So think about this. We have 9 o'clock in the morning. We're going to be at the Dade County High School till 4 o'clock if we want to be. Then we're going to come over here to the gazebo, to the sheriff's activities. We're going to do what they're doing. We're going to fill up on cotton candy and peanuts and popcorn. And then we're probably going to sneak over to Thatcher's or somewhere right around here. We may go to Jefferson's. We may go to Guthrie's. We'll go wherever we can find food, and we will eat in Trenton. Then we'll stand around on the streets and we will watch the merchants turn on their lights when Ted and Alex announced that it is time for Christmas. Now, we are all delighted for this season. Most of us for two reasons. One, our religious preferences make this a wonderful time in our lives. The second thing is we are healthier this year as a community than we were last year, and we are grateful for that. I want to just remind you of just a few things so you can mark your calendar while I go through them. They're on the screen. November 4th, check that date out. Hope for the holidays. Look at the next one. Mark your calendar, December 4th. That's the big, big day, and it's full. If somebody asks you in Chattanooga or around to do something on the 4th, say, sorry, I'm booked, because we are all sold out. Next date is also something on the 5th. On here is, on your sheet right there, you can see All I Want for Christmas Parade. The next item is the live nativity drive-through at the Trenton Methodist Church. If you've never seen that, it is well worth driving through to look at. And the last one on December the 10th is the Tri-State Cattlemen's Association Christmas Banquet. I've been to one of their meetings because I had 2 cows. Well, I don't have 2 cows now, and I'm not going to the meeting. But the people who are the cattlemen should be going to their cattlemen's banquet on that day. I want to thank you from the Alliance for Dade, which is your Chamber of Commerce. We want you to have a wonderful Thanksgiving. This is the first time in some while that some people have been able to get with their family, their friends, and eat and be company with each other. So thank you so much, and happy Thanksgiving to you. Carey?
Thank you so much for that, Jane. Next, we'll hear from Dade County Executive Ted Rumley.
Good afternoon. Have a lot of information here this evening, today. I mean, it was really a very positive. Everything here was positive, and it's going to be a big day on the 4th. I hope everyone turns out, and I hope the weather works for us also. I'm going to go over a few things here that's going on in the county before I go into our COVID report. To start with, on our Hills Gap Road, we've actually completed the paving on it. They are doing some temporary striping, as I said this morning on the radio. They should finish that tomorrow. And then tomorrow by tomorrow night, if the weather permits, they will also be through paving as far as Burkhalter Gap. And the striping crew is supposed to pull off of that road there. They'll probably be on Burkhalter possibly Saturday morning. And try to get those temporary stripes on that road. We can't come in with our permanent striping for about anywhere from 20, 30 days, somewhere in there. It's the asphalt. It has to cure before it will actually bond the actual lines and all. But it's going to be a good product when we get finished. Well, I know a lot of people's already commented how thankful they are to get those roads paved, because it's been way overdue, and we're just glad to get it done. Also, we've got the road going into Coal City, over in Coal City Hollow. That road will be paved. We'll do it probably in about 2 weeks. We have it, and there's also one other road there will be taken care of over there while we're there. The reason being is we'll do that road ourselves, Billy and our crew. And we've got to work with actually the asphalt plant now, so it's going to be at least 14 days before we can get that done over there. But that'll be one of the last roads that we actually completely pave before winter. We've still got a lot of patching we're doing with hot mix right now with asphalt, and we'll be doing that on up until it gets too cold to do that throughout the whole county. We do have a striping crew out in the county. They should be finished probably by the end of next week. We've got several roads on that list that they're taking care of, and and a lot of them are really needed badly because the school buses and all traveling because of the fog and all, and it's just hard to see even in the dark. So anyway, these roads here will be finished hopefully by the end of next week as far as that goes. Also on our storm shelters, we've got a lot of things positive going on that. We've got the concrete, of course, on our first one that we're building. It was poured this past week. They're letting it cured, and they've got the buildings. They'll be on their way. We'll be setting that one up down at the Full Fields first. And the one in Rising Farm, they'll start it next week. We'll do the layout and it'll be the next one. And then Davis out there, they're probably working simultaneously on it, because Davis, as I said this morning, it's going to take a little bit more work to prep it, get the site ready. There's going to be some land clearing that they've got to do on it, and so it'll be but we're not going to start and stop. We're going to go right on through with this thing until we get that one finished, and hopefully by next year or so we can actually acquire some type of property on maybe out at the New Salem area on Lookout, and out toward the New Home area, North Dade. And maybe we can possibly get started on those projects also. But we cannot build these on any land that's not owned by the county itself. It's got to be government property. And now we've got, you've heard us talk about the North Dade School. It is owned by the school board. We're working on that. Alex has got that, in the works. But they did determine that where we were wanting to build that one, it was in like a floodplain. So we're trying to work where we can move that one up. So anyway, we'll keep you up as the progress moves on. I want to mention too, we're talking about Christmas and Christmas lights, and I've had a few people ask me, but we're putting the Christmas lights were put up in Trenton today. They've been working on that. They've got those up. We will be putting ours up in Rising Pond. We started that last year. Our community center bought some lights, and our fire department and all together, and they'll be putting those lights up this weekend. So we should have ours up by Sunday evening if everything goes well, and we will have those on. We always like to have them before Thanksgiving or by Thanksgiving, where we can turn them on Thanksgiving night. Cable burial on I-59, we've been talking about that for weeks and weeks. It's getting real close to being finished. Hopefully they'll finish it up in the next 5 to 10 days and be done with that. The grinding on 136, as far as that goes, they were supposed to be finished totally by 11:30 November the 30th with the 136 west. I know they've been over there working on the actual turning areas and all that, and I know they're getting real close to being finished with that road. I talked to you about storm shelters. We've got the Tri-State Food Pantry for tomorrow, noon to 1. They need help out there loading the truck that goes to Lookout Mountain. 2 to 4, they'll be at the Rising Pond United Methodist Church. 3 to 5, they'll be on Sand Mountain to distribute the food. And if you have any questions or any concerns there, you can call Rose Powell at 423-316-0384. We do, I didn't mention this morning, but Catoosa County, I've been giving you an update on that group over there that we've been helping with as far as giving the testing, vaccinations and all. Well, they have officially shut that site down. So the people that the only place that we can go right now, the places that we have listed here, like Primary Health Care, Lawson Medical, Price Pharmacy, and the Lookout Valley branch, as far as the getting your testing and all, and of course our local health department. But the numbers, when I go into them, you will say they're leveling off or dropping. They've got to a point where they actually they phase that out over there to Colonnade. I do know that the number of people that they've actually vaccinated through there was it 50,000? 55,000 people, if you can imagine that, in our area. Dade, Walker, Catoosa, and some Tennessee that actually went through that and were vaccinated. That's a lot of people. So that's really great. But the things are looking better. I think one of our speakers a minute ago mentioned that we are in a different state right now as far as our holidays. People seem to be more cheerful, as far as we're not right in the middle of a pandemic. We've still got worries, still out there, but still nothing like it was last year or year before last. And so I just hope everyone, gets out and enjoys themselves and they have a good holiday, have a good Thanksgiving and Christmas. Let me see here, make sure that I'm not. And as I mentioned, our health department, by appointment, they're still giving the vaccine and also the boosters right now, right? They've started the boosters. That's right. And both Moderna and the Pfizer too. And that's downstairs, just called for an appointment. And then the other sites, that are listed, we have them also.
Yeah, and there are a lot of questions people are having about boosters. If they got Pfizer, do they have to have Pfizer? Or if they got Moderna, do they have to have it? Call the health department. they
Yeah,
will answer
they
all
can
those
answer it.
questions.
Yeah, if we told them, it'd probably be wrong. We'd be in
Yeah, it
trouble.
would, it would.
I'm not sure, but what I understood, if you've had Moderna, you need Moderna, and the same thing with Pfizer, but that may have changed. But I'll go into our numbers today. In Dade County, as we speak, this is the latest numbers we have. We've had 18 tests positive in the last 14 days in Dade County. We've had 17 deaths and 68 hospitalizations. Our total number since the beginning is 1,836 cases in Dade County. Now, Walker County, their number as we speak today is 9,712. That's total from beginning of the pandemic. They've had 116 though test positive in Walker County in the last 2 weeks. That's a lot of people. But on Walker County, there's quite a bit of difference in population also. Catoosa County, their number right now is 8,521. That's since the beginning. And they've had 77 in the last 2 weeks test positive. Chattooga County, they're at 3,710, and they've had 37 test positive in the last 2 weeks. Down in Tennessee, up in Tennessee, Hamilton County, as we speak today, they have 505 active cases. They've actually, their total number is 64,555 since the beginning. They've actually had 63,383 that's recovered out of that 64,000 number, but they've had 667 deaths. Marion County, they're at 5,855 in Marion County. They have 47 active cases as of today. They've had 5,751 recovered and 57 deaths. Grundy County, they're at 2,915. They have 43 active cases. They've had 2,832 recoveries and 40 deaths. That's in Grundy County. And I've mentioned this before because some people ask us why we even go into the Marion and Grundy County. Well, a lot of people here have relatives there, or they actually work there, or they have family members. So that's why we kind of narrowed it down to these counties in Tennessee. And of course, in Alabama, Jackson and DeKalb County, they're our neighbors. They pass through here every day going to work, and they buy food here, and they're a part of us. Jackson County, though, they're at 10,139 in Jackson. They've had 194 deaths in Jackson County, and they've had 10 cases positive reported in the last 7 days. And now that's a big decrease from what they have been running. They've really had some high numbers there in Jackson. DeKalb County, they're at 12,846. That's their number since day one. They have had 268 deaths, and they've had 40 cases in the last 7 days in DeKalb County. So, as I said, it's still out there. Be careful. Try to wear your mask when you feel, if you're in an area, a small room or a room of people, and try to keep your 6 foot distance. It's not a mandatory thing. It's just something, and I keep saying it's just use common sense, because you can tell, you can tell when you feel like you're in a dangerous area. But if you have any questions on anything we've talked about today or anything pertaining to government, my number is 423-667-8999. We got any questions today?
We do. We have one question. What is happening with the power poles in Rising Fawn?
The power what?
Power poles in Rising Fawn.
Oh, they're replacing. They've I noticed that and I thought, but they've got several that they're replacing that are either outdated because of all your power poles, Georgia power poles, they have identifying numbers, serial numbers and tags on them. And a few months ago, they had, if you notice, there's a lot of people here that were going around and they were spraying, or they were actually, actually you didn't notice, but they were digging, around the poles, and they were testing their age. And so then they mark them, and then they come back, and then they're replacing the poles. That's a subcontractor to Georgia Power. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That goes all the way to the state line, from what I understand.
That's the only question we had. Aren't they going to be doing something else to the power poles in Rising Fawn pretty soon?
You weren't listening.
Getting ready for Christmas. I'm all excited.
As I said a while ago, she was asleep.
I was listening.
But our Christmas lights, we will be putting them up this weekend. Yeah, we've got about, I think it's 14 drops there. We had Georgia Power. They worked with us last year, and we've got 14 or 15 lights, and it's just it's special. It's just a little small town, but we did this for our community center and our fire department. We all try to work together, and it's just a good thing. It's a special feeling when they go up. It's Christmas time. But call me anytime. Any of the commissioners. We do answer our phones. Their numbers are listed on our website. Very easy to contact, and we just appreciate everyone working with us. And as our Alliance for Dade said, this is a great place to live. Great place to raise your children.
It is, and we did just get a press release from the Department of Public Health just now. They are going to continue testing at the Colonnade Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to 6. Over in Catoosa County. So they're testing in Bartow, Catoosa, Floyd, and Paulding counties, but the closest one to us is in Catoosa. So that just came through, Mondays and Wednesdays, 9 to 6.
At the Colonnade. So they are going to keep it open.
Well, that's not the vaccination station. The vaccinations are elsewhere, but this is just testing.
Oh, the testing only.
Yeah,
and
testing
it's
only.
drive-through.
It is free drive-up COVID-19 testing.
That's good.
Yeah,
Because
so
a lot of people's concerned with the testing as much as they are the vaccine.
that's right.
Yeah, so kind of put that down on your calendar there, and that's what's good about it too. You don't have to get out of your car at all. You just pull up, and they do that, and you move right on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
All right, that's good, and we appreciate everyone tuning in, and hopefully you got a little information out of this, and we'll be back next week in same time.